They say the world is mapped, measured, and explained by science. But there are corners of this earth where logic falters, and shadows don't follow the rules. Across the globe, there are 15 locations where terror doesn't just linger, it waits. These aren't ghost stories whispered in the dark. These are real places, with the real witnesses, and no rational explanation. It begins in Philadelphia, Eastern State Penitentiary. Its stone corridors have long been abandoned, but those who step inside speak of something still watching. Cold drafts sweep across your neck even on summer days. Shadowy figures shuffle between cells, and visitors report bursts of laughter that belongs to no living soul. Guards once followed the sound of dragging chains, only to find nothing but empty corridors, and shackles so cold they burned to the touch. Thousands of miles away lies Japan's Aokigahara forest, a sea of green silence. It is eerily still, the kind of quiet that presses on your ears. Compasses refuse to behave, spinning aimlessly, as if pulled by something deeper than the earth. Hikers vanish. Some return hours later with no memory, eyes wide, clothes torn, murmuring about voices that came from the trees and told them to stay. Romania's Hojabuchu forest is no less disturbing. In the center of the woods, a clearing exists where nothing will grow, not even weeds. Locals refuse to enter it, and those who dare, they emerge with strange burns on their skin, flickers of missing time, and footage from their cameras scrambled beyond recovery. Beneath the streets of Paris, 6 million souls rest inside the catacombs, or at least they're supposed to rest. Visitors feel icy hands on their shoulders. Tour guides have heard footsteps echoing ahead, only to find no one there. On one occasion, a lost explorer's camera was discovered deep underground, its final footage showing him running, gasping, whispering, "They're following me," just before the recording cuts. Forever Poveglia Island in Italy was once a plague quarantine zone. Today it's off limits, and for good reason. Fishermen avoid its waters. Those who visit report cries echoing from the crumbled asylum and lights flickering in rooms that have no floors. The air is thick. Some say it smells like ash and sickness. Others say it smells like fear. Then there's the Stanley Hotel in Colorado, the inspiration for The Shining. Inside, guests often find their suitcases mysteriously unpacked. Beds make themselves. A child's laughter trails through the hallways, always just out of reach. And in the music room, a piano plays, softly, slowly, even when no one's near it. In India, Bonga Fort stands untouched after dusk. Legends warn of curses and black magic. Locals say at midnight, the fort comes alive. The air is filled with sounds of a market long gone, murmuring voices, incense smoke curling through the ruins. But when you look, there is nothing, only dust and dread. On a small island south of Mexico City, dolls hang from trees, rotting eyeless, their plastic faces cracked by time. The island of the dolls is a graveyard of forgotten toys. Some say they hear them whispering. Others swear their eyes move, following every step. One man claimed the dolls told him he would never leave. He was found drowned the next morning, face down in the same canal where the island's first victim had died decades earlier. In Tennessee, the Bell Witch Cave hides more than bats and moss. Visitors hear whispers saying their names. Rocks tumble with no cause. One EVP recording captured a woman's voice, snarling the word Betsy. Legend says that name belonged to the Bell family, as daughter tormented until she was driven nearly insane by a spirit that never died. Holyhead, England's ancient Ramin, is more than just old timber and stone. Built atop a pagan burial ground, it's home to something darker. Guests have woken up frozen in place, unable to scream. One priest fled the mid-sermon after witnessing a horned figure in the rafters. Watching. In Edinburgh Castle, Scotland, soldiers have long since stopped marching boot. The sound of their boots. Hasn headless drummers are said to appear during storms. Thermal scans of the castle reveal heat signatures in sealed-off rooms with no entrances and no exits. Far from Europe and Australia, the Monte Cristo homestead creaks with the weight of its past. Lights turn on in rooms without power. Guests report choking gasps in their sleep, the dying breath of a stable boy who burned alive beneath the staircase. Some even claim to see him, his charred figure waiting at the door. At Myrtle's plantation in Louisiana, mirrors reflect more than just your face. Handprints appear on the glass, even after being cleaned. Guests describe a girl in a green scarf drifting through the halls. Her name, they say, is Chloe. History confirms her hanged on the very porch where she's still seen. In Canada's Banff Springs Hotel, a bride once died in her wedding gown, her veil catching fire on the staircase. Guests still see her dancing in smoke. Elevators stop on empty floors, and sometimes, when the ballroom doors creak open, music begins to play, even though the hall is empty. And then, there is Fengdu Ghost City in China, a temple complex said to be the gateway to the underworld. Carvings depict tortured souls and demonic judges. Mist flows from stone mouths at dusk. Compasses spin south, and monks refuse to enter after the 9th bell tolls. Some say that's when the veil lifts, and the spirits roam free. 15 places, 15 locations where the rules no longer apply. People have seen things, heard things, felt things. Scientists have tried EMF readings, thermal scans, audio forensics. But what do you say when the data comes back blank? Yet the screams still echo. These are the places that don't need permission to haunt. They're not waiting to be believed. They just are. So, if you ever find yourself drawn to one of them, drawn by curiosity, by thrill-seeking, or by the quiet whisper in your ear, ask yourself this. What if that whisper isn't yours? If these tales chilled your spine, hit subscribe and comment below. Have you ever experienced something science can't explain? You might just be our next story.